Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, here I will tell you a novel that I have read which is called Kingdom Hearts. The author of this novel from Kingdom Hearts is named Tomoco Kanemaki. Okay guys, before entering the storytelling, I will tell you a little about the origins of this novel. The story of this novel comes from the famous Japanese games released by Square Enix and titled Kingdom Hearts. This Kingdom Hearts game has really many other Kingdom Hearts series. This game is a great demand by many people. Not the only the Japanese people who like this game, but almost the whole world like these games. Until finally they made a series of novel and comic series. Okay, without further ado, I will tell you the content of this novel. I hope you all enjoy this Kingdom Hearts storytelling. One day, on a very peaceful day on Destiny Island, there were three young people who were going about their daily life together. The young people, the name are Sora, Riku, and Kairi. The three of them have known each other since childhood, and that time Sora was sleeping softly on the beach. Then suddenly he was surprised by the presence of his friend Kairi. Kairi said, "It turned out that you are here, Sora. You are really lazy." Then Sora replied to Kairi's words, "No, I was having a bad dream being chased by a big black shadow. Ow." Then Kairi replied to Sora's words, "Are you still dreaming, Sora?" And so Sora replied, "It wasn't a dream, or isn't it? I don't know." After that, Riku came up to the two of them and said, "Come on, you guys, let's start our work right away," while holding a stick. The three of them start their job of assembling a boat because they have a goal to go on an adventure to see the outside world. Sora, Riku, and Kairi have been confined to this Destiny Island for a long time. So they have a dream to be able to go on adventure in the outside world. Then, after that, there was someone who was practicing wooden sword. Namely, there was Waka, Tidus, and Selby. They were playing together, and suddenly Riku challenged Sora to a fight with him. Sora was not sure that he could win against Riku, because every time he challenged Riku, or Riku challenged him, he would always lose. And it turns out that Sora guess was right. He lost the fight against Riku. Then, after that, he continued to look for the things needed in the adventure. Namely, he was looking for the mushroom. When Sora went to the cave, and inside the cave, there was a strange door that didn't have a keyhole. But Sora didn't care about that. He wanted to see the image that Kari and he made when they were little. Then he wanted to add something to the picture. While Sora was busy driving, suddenly a mysterious rope person came over to him, and the rope person said that the door will open soon. But Sora did not understand the rope person's intention. He even asked the person who is Lily was, and why he came to this island. But unfortunately, the person did not answer. Then he disappeared. After that, Sora finally returned to his friend's place, and finally the three of them returned to their respective homes. The next day, suddenly the sky turned dark, and Sora rushed to find Riku and Kairi because he was so worried about them. Finally, Sora found Riku, and when Sora met him, Riku tried to invite Sora to go in the darkness together and go on an adventure together with Kairi. Unfortunately, Sora couldn't catch up with Riku. but he too sank into the darkness, and suddenly a light appeared around him, and the light was a key sword called Keyblade. Then after that, Sora rushes to the place of the mysterious door in the cave, and that's where he found Kairi. When Sora tried to call Kairi, suddenly she was blown away by the wind from the mysterious door. The door had been opened, and when Kairi was blown away, Sora wanted to catch her, but when he tried to catch Kairi, Kairi immediately disappeared in front of him, and Sora had to fight against a large monster named Heartless using a keyblade in his hand. And after his fight against Heartless was over, Sora was immediately sucked into a black hole and abandoned in a foreign land called Traverse's Town. And that's where Sora's adventure to find his two friends began. In this city, Sora meets two people who are looking for the key holder and King Mickey, and the two people Sora met were named Donald and Goofy. Finally, the three of them make an agreement to work together to save the world and look for Riku, Kairi, and Kimiki. After that, the three of them went on various adventures on different islands to find a key seal, starting from Wonderland, Deep Jungle, Monstro, Agrabah, Neverland, Holobation, and finally, End of the World. Because of this adventure, Sora can meet many people, namely Leon, Yuffie, Tarzan, Pinocchio, Peter Pan, Wendy, Aladdin, Jasmine, Beast, and so on. And this adventure makes the bond of friendship between Sora, Donald, and Goofy strong because they go on adventures and fight together, which is like their pearl of wisdom, which reach all for one, one for all. Sora also gets various experiences that he finds, namely saving Kairi by sacrificing himself for the people he cares about. Sora deliberately restores Kairi's heart that is inside him. When Kairi came to her senses, she felt shocked and sad when Sora disappeared before her. But after that, Kairi believed that Sora would definitely come back to her side. Then, Sora returned to the side of Kairi and his two friends Donald and Goofy. Then, after the various problems that Sora went through, it was time for him to fight Handsome, the leader of the darkness. Handsome's goal is to open the door of the darkness, called Kingdom Hearts. That is, he wants to destroy the world with the Heartless. But Sora and his friends didn't let that happen. After a fierce fight against Handsome, finally Sora, Donald, and Goofy managed to win against him. Then, after that, the three of them rushed to the large door of Kingdom Hearts to seal the darkness. But unfortunately, the three of them had a hard time closing the door. And then, finally, they were helped by Riku and King Mickey. Finally, they can manage to close the door of Kingdom Hearts, but unfortunately, Sora, Donald, and Goofy were forced to part with their friends Riku and King Mickey. Riku and King Mickey are trapped inside the door to help Sora, Donald, and Goofy. But Sora and his friends believe that Riku and King Mickey will survive, and they believe that they will meet again. After all was done, Sora finally rushed over to meet Kairi. Sora realized that he would be trapped in the darkness with his friends, but he said that he would always be by Kairi's side. And Sora promised Kairi that he would return. At that moment, the two of them separated. Kairi returned to Destiny Island safely, while Sora continued his adventure with his friends Donald and Goofy. When Kairi separated from Sora, she felt sad and lonely. However, she believed that Sora would definitely return to her side. The end. This is at the end of Kingdom Hearts 1. Kingdom Hearts still have another series. If you guys curious about what happened to Sora and his friends, you can read a novel, comic, or you can play the game. And for the ending, I think the ending of Kingdom Hearts 1 is really sad for me, but I believe Sora will be meet again with Kairi because he promised to Kairi he will be come back to her. Okay, that's all from me. The last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you.